Привет, друзья! С вами игровой канал iGamer. Сегодня, буквально ночью на выставке Gamescom 2016, презентовали новую карту для Battlefield 1. Действие, друзья, происходит в Синайской пустыне. Это раскаленное солнцем поле боя к востоку от Эль-Джифара. Бескрайние песчаные дюны, обветренные величественные утесы, узкие улочки деревни Бир-эль-Мазар, бронепоезды, огнемёты, машины, пулемёты, пистолеты и кони и еще раз кони. В общем, друзья, более чем с часа материала я собрал и смонтировал 10 эпичных и самых драйвовых минут, чтобы вы полноценно могли насладиться всей красотой поля битвы.
Clearing out that close range where in that infantry sort of area where they really flourish and do some work. So he's going to be going for it, going with the charge here, but you can see the punish come out from the others. Already set up very well with his gorgeous rifles. Going to nick the horse and go for a ride. Why not? It's up for grabs.
You may as well take it if you're valiant effort. I think he deserves some credit there. Always going for the anti-tank.
However, the riders on the other hand are being punished. The plane crashes. This environment is out. Some people know this, some don't. Again, you know, new viewers coming through may not realise that maybe that's not always the best idea.
Get themselves out of a sticky situation. Maybe they're caught in a crossfire, they don't want to be there, or there's a player in front of them, they're not ready to go. They turn around, as seen before in previous trailers, or have to get close to the tank to be able to get near it, like modern explosives do. So you have to be very close and sort of catch the tank.
In dire straits, so he's going to try and do what he can on the objective almost here, near that train station. Try and keep this one under wraps.
Change the game. It rails and it features 6 different seats, plenty of cannons on the side. It's actually got an anti-air cannon as well.
And working through it. How do you deal with that?
And do is, as an infantry unit, obviously, as I said, the assault, and they're the ones who can deal a massive amount of damage if they lay.
Ponyline HD is one of the players.
This is a really good shot of just the scale run on that train.
And be careful, he is taking fire as well. They're not letting him
concentrating on something on the ground, not the other.
It's meant to be able to turn the tide of the war almost. And we've got a little bit of action.
He was
Cycle Wolf and
whips the tank into perhaps
it just completely removes the big cap here. Let's keep that in mind. Only 2 are secure, 1 for each team. So at the moment, it's actually fair.
More. So there is a lot of frantic toing and froing around these flags, but now you can see the British Empire now have control of
4 lockdown at least.
It's a 6 lockdown now.
It's about to be there.
It's about to be 6 lockdown, and as you can see,
we're going to be seeing. And actually, let's talk a little bit about this sniper rifle as well. Let's talk about what we're seeing here, because you see, people talking about zeroing, which
do actually travel across the map. They take as well. For people who don't know what bullet drag is, that's where look at they're just frantically trying to capture whatever they can, and that's part of Battlefield. It forces you to change what you're doing. Suddenly you've got to focus on something different. I mean, there are 64 players playing here, so there's always something different that's going to happen.
All right, Anderzel, what have you got here? He's capturing at least.
Yeah, he is.
He's actually doing. Battlefield seems to have their own type of how I like to play it. For me, though, G&A going to the different sides. So the
on some of those, sometimes it might look like they're not doing much up there to help the people on the ground, but invariably they're doing some sort of damage that will have an effect on you at some point. Advantage of it, because from what we're looking at, it is a very well
area. You can see the madness going down in this village area. They're utilizing even words are hard on those rocket skylines. You'll be running just in front.
Not only the flamethrower, but we do. Actually is on a point of the map. Go a long way to get it.
So
one of the players earlier on today tested to see whether you can use some of that cover that
most people wanted to see is how do they aim, how do they work around that. Oh my word, that horse was ambitious trying to take on a tank. Surely that's not going to go well in it.
And they can actually sort of jump over cover but now in Battlefield 1 you can vault right up over that, pull yourself up and over. Obviously you do slow down, but you will get over that cover, and that creates like a new layer of thought it was.
And look at this beautiful gameplay. That's actually Anderzel coming out with this, so really nice work with that assault class. Just running around, he's got a great opportunity. Drunks gets absolutely you got to abuse him a little bit. But actually, let's talk about Conquest as well and how this game mode works, and maybe some features that people don't really realise. You saw it then with
sort of war one colour than the other. Obviously, you're friendly, you're blue. So if the dial is more blue, that means that there are more of your players on that with the horse trampled to death. Just can start to take it.
And he's looking for high ground, it seems. I don't think he's got what he wanted here, so he's going to have to take the next D. A fairly even game. 7 minutes, not 70, coming in. The way these teams are playing this out has been very even.
And something interesting that you'll notice, the flamethrower. we can see it for the first time. As you can see on the screen, you'll notice that it's a little bit darker than perhaps a normal, and that sort of fits the role because it's going to reach very far. You did see there he was taking a lot of damage from the soldier. It was a little bit further off. Oh, it's interesting. It's at the train station right now.
You said previously, provide more get around when you have that big deficit on your side. You can pull back in.
Yes, he is. He's got quite a lot of running to do before he'll reach some of those objectives out there.
Find ways to find cover or maybe utilize this.
Actually, is going down very quickly. But what you can see is the British Empire have got control of about 4 of these flags, which is sort of put them behind a little bit, but it's almost neck and neck.
Oh no.
100 points each. That, it was just parking it.
And actually, the thing
suddenly that becomes like a barrier to the desert that's out. Enemies on the desert side of it, further out to the left-hand side of the screen there.
Whoa. What is that in the distance? Is this what I think I'm seeing?
Score being tied.
Game. This is the beauty of Battlefield to me, that you just get to see this incredible environment change in the blink of an eye. Now, speaking of the blink of an eye, you're going to be blinking for a while. You can barely see in front of your own hand. That's all right. The memes is, thank you for the memes.
The only area, and it's put sort of like a grayscale down to the wire.
This is Battlefield to me. These sort of battles, when it gets hectic, when it gets...
British Empire. And we could now see with the Ottoman Empire, it's still neck and neck with third, as you'll see. C is now being taken back.
Oh my word.
By the Ottoman Empire. What is going to happen? 3.
Getting riled up at it. It's down to the final round here. This is the last glimpse. Ready. He's focused. And we're back into the battle.
This, I think, Ottoman Empire do have to take actually these jeeps. It's rather interesting. The armoured vehicle has access to mines that come out. That was a rather funny kill.
Lock it down. But here we go. Let's take a quick stock as to what's happened. Oh my word, that's a long old dip dive. Gotta pull that. Pull it, please, please. Don't make me nerve.
E and Britain, isn't it?
It's Britain.
It's not going to be very good.
The Ottoman Empire here. That was almost 5 caps to 2.
That was a nice play though. That was a nice play.
Yeah, it's now just...
And as we've said a couple of times...
They've stranded the British Empire towards... It's walking all that way, and it's a long old rotate to get to this capture point. However...
And unfortunately, that led to his...
The fire, I believe, is a phrase.
That's a very good analogy. Go for the win just a little bit earlier. That's a full 5
in hand. Once you get one of those points under your belt...
What is going on with the British Empire? They all gone and taken a break. What's going on? See, the F objective there is taking some serious heat. As far as I could tell from that last shot there.
The other side. For the Ottoman Empire, who is going to be the counter to this? Okay, we got
Mr. Dalek JD here coming in with a bomber.
Well, he was in the sky. This could be one of the big issues here. Now 50 tickets in the lead. The Ottoman Empire is stretching their leg, offered them a chance back in. It opens a window of opportunity, but they have to walk through it, and they've not done that just yet. The train's about to go down. It's done for. There's no two ways about it.
What they need is a hard counter to Pony Lion HD, who's the behemoth against the enemy team. Think they've got hope, and then it's all
on the charge. Now you're in a bad position, dancing around against each other. They finally take them down, but at what cost here? It's an absolute bloodbath challenge, and they've taken it head on, and they've been out.
But with 4.5 minutes to go, and a gap in the tickets of nearly 60.
I'm not saying it's impossible. That's the thing. It's always possible at this.
Is it really the ammunition?
Already? They know there's someone there to
view of the map, or there was an overview, and as you can see, it's kind of evenly split.
However, we're seeing the battle still commencing. No one's giving up on this
person behind the equipment, because it's quite clear that the Ottoman Empire, the guys at home, have had a really good look at what Battlefield 1 can offer you. The guys at Microns, the teams are over there, but in
what Battlefield 1 can bring to the entire gaming scene
on tracks, you can damage the train with the mine.
See, these sort of mechanics is what I'd be burned. You're seeing the fire coming out and there's just charcoal everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the barbecue of Gamescom 2016. It's all kicking off. He's turn around, please. Just, the charge. Oh my word, that is sick. Anderzel, you are doing the damage, you're doing the work, and that is what we'll be seeing.
Which they have, they might struggle to hold it to come back and do something about it.
Yeah, there's loads of time. There's still the cover that once stood will be taken away, and already that train station is looking worse than
on the sniper with the travel time.
But look at the serpentine from the other player. They're going to see those bullets.
There is not. I mean, we're seeing a lot of action on this map. I don't know, maybe this is just the people that are playing, but we haven't seen a huge amount of footage of the desert. It's about...
Now, actually, again, just in case people are new to Battlefield,
to go anywhere in the map, it will show up the enemy locations on your mini-map. It won't show them up on the screen.
Alright, so let's check it back with the tickets, how the whole battle is now evolving and going forward and how it's got to this point. The Ottoman Empire is actually in the lead.
they're in the lead.
Not by much.
Their lead kits behind, which is not a massive amount.
Snipers, though, are looking in their direction. You know that this cover is absolutely...
Looks like we're using the rocket gun here. I don't know if we're near the train at this point.
I've seen drunks trying to do that before when I think it was, shoe on the other foot, but I don't
think on the other planes. But as soon as that train comes in, the British Empire haven't really done a huge amount with it yet.
Well, they haven't taken the lead. That's the main thing. They've closed the gap, so it gives you that as a back, all the way down there towards the have the advantage. But it looks as though that one is done.
10 points behind. So that train.
Well, at the moment we're actually
in the lead, and as we know, if they don't win this round, then all the spoils do go to the British Empire, having them win one moment. That must mean it's even with the tickets now being 10.
Thing to even it up. It's another to keep it and then turn it to an advantage. It's not easy to do it. You have to weather the storm, not just once, but the reinforcements when they come through, take down these squads back to back, and the horse mounting looks awesome.
That was a lovely animation. That was
really cool.
I was just like, I haven't got time up some of that dust, making it a little bit
more flags than the opponent. They did for a little while. They had 4-3 and a little bit of a contest between the two, and already a little bit of a flash
screen. It's so unlikely to even get one draw, but could we see the possibility of 2 draws in a...
Oh my God, no, they got the victory! It ticked over! It ticked over the final moment!